here for the newest trophy mages. I'm going to give this a couple seconds here while I cough out of the mic here. Ah, perfect. I could feel a cough coming, but I wasn't ready to pull away from the mic, so we had to do that. It was awkward. This is awkward. But you know what's not awkward? How expensive Nexus of Fate is. So we're not playing Nexus of Fate tonight on MTGO like we tweeted out because it's a little expensive. I got mouths to feed, rent to pay, life to live. I can't pay all that money for Nexus of Fate. I can't get them on Mana Trader, so instead we're going to play Bant Sun, which is one of the decks I want to play when it comes to beating the Fog deck. So I have a couple thoughts about that, and I'm sure we're going to talk about that more when we get into the game. So let's talk about the Bant Sun deck, because the Bant Sun deck's a pet deck of mine that I've really loved ever since I first started playing it. I guess it was 2 standards ago now. I guess it was original Ixalan when that came. No, it would have been Rivals of Ixalan. But it's a fun deck, and basically what the deck tries to do is it tries to ramp into these powerful spells like Approach of the Second Sun and Teferi and get them ahead of time, and then have lots of answers to all the problem and elongate the game. So the only way the deck can win, really, well, there are 3 ways now, but the third one never really happens anymore. So you can Approach the Second Sun twice, duh. You can Teferi Ultimate and do just like the blue-white control deck, and then you can Ipnu Rivulet. It used to be that you would Ipnu Rivulet people out a lot, because the blue-black control decks have all these kill spells, they couldn't really pressure you, but those decks have kind of fallen off, and the Esper and blue-white control decks are more popular, so it's a little bit harder to actually mill them out, and the Teferi is a big gain for them as a deck, so it's a little harder to go with that win condition. It used to be one that I reliably fell back on, but we also have Teferi now, so it kind of balanced out a little bit there, and we normally play our Teferis ahead of schedule. So let's look at this deck real quick. The mana base is kind of crazy. I don't really know what much to say, except this is kind of where I'm at right now, how many deserts I want and the kind of deserts I want. Wait. Oh, there it is. I didn't say, for something I thought I didn't have a Shefet Dunes. Sorry. It's about to be like, hang on, we gotta go grab a Shefet Dunes. But this is where I'm at with the mana base. Maybe it could be better. I'm not exactly sure. There might be, maybe I need a Field of Ruin or something. You can afford to play that kind of stuff, even though it is a 3-color deck. You really are base green-white with just a little bit of blue. But on to some of our blue cards. So we play Search for Azcanta and Teferi as ways to get ahead in card advantage. Our Promise is pseudo card advantage, and Spring to Mind is a way to ramp and get ahead on mana, and then late game have extra card advantage. We use Steal Away, Ixalan's Binding, and Cast Out. We used to actually play way more Cast Outs, like 4 to 3, and no bindings or 1 binding. But because of the Fog deck, I actually upped it to 2 bindings. That way we'd be able to hit their Gift of Paradise and their Teferis, or their Karns, any of those 3. And if we hit those, it's much harder for the Nexus of Fate deck to win, because if you take all the turns, it doesn't really matter if you're not doing something, right? So one of the things it does is it Karns and it takes up, and that's a way to draw extra cards. Or Teferis and works towards an ultimate, and then it's like, alright, now I ultimate my Teferi. We're at Nissas, and so there's a lot of ways for it to accrue advantage on those turns, but we can most likely Ixalan binding them out. Especially game 1, because much like our deck doesn't have much counterspells, we just have answers. Where we have answers, they have fogs. So we're all going to have a lot of dead cards in game 1, but we have a few more live cards in the form of Approach of the Second Sun and Ixalan's Binding and Cast Out than they do. So that's going to be kind of our edge there. We play 4 Gift of Paradise. I used to play 4 Gift, 3 Gift, 4 Spring to Mind, but I've swapped those numbers now. I think we need the Gift because a lot of people are responding to the Fog deck by just being more aggressive. Like things like Insult to Injury are being played in the Flame of Keld Mono Red. And that's just a really good way to push through the Fog decks, right, is you don't give them time to set up. When they tap out, because they need to set up a walker like we just talked about, right? So on the turns they set up for that, you either kill the walker immediately or you put them to the test. So we are going to be a little bit safer because we have the 4 Gift of Paradise and we have the Bindings and the Fumigates. They don't have those. They use Fog, so if the creatures ever build up too much, they lose. But that's kind of where we're at for the main deck here as I move myself in my seat a little bit. Let's talk about the sideboard, because the sideboard I haven't really changed too much because I'm not sure where I want to make changes. I think I want a Lyra instead of the 4th Authority. So we have 4 Authority, 4 Regal Caracal. These are for red and for Godfarer's Gift, specifically Authority, not Caracal. Authority makes it so the Godfarer's Gifts come in tapped when they're hitting you. That's really only good for like the combo Godfarer's Gifts, which we don't see as much now, but the old blue-red ones, if you run into that deck, which you do, you know, once in a blue moon, you can have Authority, and that will stop them from looping the Combat Celebrant, which will prevent you from, like, auto-dying on a turn. We played 4 Negate, 2 Jace's Defeat, and Nezahal. We're basically going to bring all of these in against control decks and Nexus decks. We're going to bring these all in against creature decks. We're bringing these 4 against mono green. And against red-black, we're bringing these 4. And if they're like red-black really big, we're bringing 2 Negates. And that's kind of all we're going to do for sideboarding. The deck, like, sideboards very cleanly. I think we could play a Naturalize, but I think we've talked enough. Let's hop into a competitive standard league and get it going. Whew, that was a mouthful, not going to lie. I opened about 25 chests last night to try and open Next to Fate. Didn't open any, but I opened a lot of play points. I hit like 120 play points twice. We're play point rich. I'll try to get Next to Fate for you, chat. I wanted it. My friend has it. Maybe we can get it for Constructed Clash. Not exactly sure. But we'll figure that out. Let's see here. There we go. Join match. Alright, Vile Bullways our opponent. Over under on how many fog decks we're gonna play against tonight. Let's set the bar at 3. It is expensive. I am tempted by this hand actually because we have turn 1 tap land and we have a cycle. We can probably miss 1 land because we have the catch-ups. If it's like a mono red aggro deck, we're kind of dead, so we're just gonna mulligan. If I knew for sure they were Nexus, I would keep. This hand's actually just insane, so we're gonna keep. If they're an aggressive deck, we want this since we basically have everything else we need. Alright, so it looks to be a fog deck or a blue-white control deck. I think the blue-white control deck is actually pretty good against the fog deck. You basically always win game 1 because you have counterspells and they don't. You basically, I think they have to like stick a card or something. Ooh, Esper control. Alright, so this is like a real control deck. Traditionally, we are very good against real control decks. Now, we also have a very big advantage in matchups like this. We look like the fog deck for like a long time. So they might make plays thinking we are the fog deck. Now, the Hashep Oasis here should probably be like a signal like, wait, something's wrong. But I could see an argument to having deserts in the fog deck. So, Hashep Oasis might not be the one you want, but, you know, whatever. We have 4 mana. We just need to draw a land here. Slam an Hour, I promise. They have Dissolve mana. I am going to slam Hour, I promise, though. They're going to probably either let this resolve, alright, or counter, and if they counter, they almost positively play Teferi. So we have 2 deserts. I want a desert that gets rid of the graveyard. Scatter Grounds. Is that a deck for noobs? iPhone 747, you're banned from my chat. How you doing, Allison? That was 1 land. Let's grab the Arch. That way we can draw cards later. I think this deck is actually kind of good against Fog, Ellison. I know if you're watching the YouTube, you're going to hear me say it again, but I think game 1, where they have Fogs, we have Ixalan's Binding and Cast Out and Wraths. So we still have dead cards, but we have a few more live cards. Double Fatal Push? Wow. That was rude and uncalled for. Blue, blue. White. There. Whatevs. Teferi resolve. Teferi resolve. No, don't counter it. Alright, alright, alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Well, we just need them to tap out for Teferi so we can Ixalan's Binding it. Then I feel like we're in pretty big shape. I actually upped the Ixalan Binding count in the deck, Ellison, so. We are really doing it. We could Ixalan's Binding this. This card is actually kind of good, and we would get the City's Blessing. I feel like they would have played Teferi if they had it. I think the City's Blessing is enough. And also, we're going to have to work through counter spells. Yeah. So, with one of the things I think is pivotal about these control decks in Standard is that they have Search for Azcanta, which is like a modern playable card. All right, we're going to pass turn. And so whenever I can like Brontodon or something like that, I'm pretty eager to do it. Alright, 6 mana, draw a card. Never lost. Cool. Alright, alright. What do we got going on? What do we got going on? Oh no, we're going to be down clock because we're streaming. How will we ever win? Cap of Pride. Ooh, Hour Promise. Green, green, this. Let this resolve. You can't counter all of them. What are you going to do? I respect that concession. You're down. I got this Azcanta, this Arch going. I'm going to get some zombies. Alright, well, I have, like, all the counter spells now because of Nexus of Fate. So, I assume they have some Scarab Gods they might leave in. But I don't think I care that much. I think I just want to do this. Like, I kind of just want to, like, go super hard on threats. Light on answers. I just leave these as answers. I think this is kind of hot. We can cut a Sun because they're going to, like, lean on their counter spells. And I guess we can bring back in one Settle. Oh, wait, we need to cut a card still. What? No, I thought we were down to... My bad. Maybe cut a Cast Out. Nezahal might not be that good in this matchup, but I'm going to try it. Regal Caracal might also not be that good because it brings back stuff for Scarab God, but I imagine they're going to take out most of their answers. Jace's defeat's good because we fight over counter spells. I guess we'll cut a Cast Out. I still want these Suns to keep them honest. Also, you just win some games because Sun's, like, silly. It is scary, though, because you do up the CMC of your deck by a lot. Double Negate Gift. I guess we'll keep. I need the white mana. We might cycle this. We're going to go Botanical Sanctum next, and we might cycle here. Alright, we got this. I'll counter Azcanta if they play it, I think. If I negate this Duress... What do they take if they Duress? They take Sun? That's fine. We have other win cons. I wonder if our opponent plays Lost Legacy because of Nexus of Fate. Alright, we're going to try and hit... I want an Hour Promise on turn 4, so let's cycle and try and get that going. Alright, play this. Oops. Oopsies. My bad. I forgot we got the Nexus of Fate discarded. I was like, wait, where'd my Nexus of Fate go? So they left us with Approach, so they don't care about that. Alright, they're stuck on lands too. Well... I should play this one. But they haven't seen the other Ipnu in the other Sunpetal Grove, right? If I remember correctly, so... Oh, I thought you said 120, Spencer. I was like, oh my god, buddy. Oh my god. Oh, and their mana screwed. Well, we don't need to actually have our land on time, so let's just do that. I'm definitely going to counter an Azcanta now. Big threat. Play this, grab an island, sweet, sweet APAC island. Play this, pass the turn back. We're probably shooting F6. So if I play this 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I'm just going to cast Approach to the second Sun now. If they counter us, like if they counter this, so I'm just down to Sun, it's like whatever, right? Sure. Deal. we draw a sun, we do have sun plus negate. That's kind of funny. Oh, hour is good, but not right now. It's only good if things go bad. If they Teferi, then we would be fine, right? Because we're going to work towards turboing out the sun. So the sun is 5 cards from the top right now. So we just need to Ipnu Rivulet ourselves at end of turn. So now we're going to Gift of Paradise here. Alright, they countered that. That would have been sick. Because I want to negate on my turn. Right? I think their hand's full of answers, so we might not even... We are going to mill ourselves first, but we might not even go for the old sun kill on time. Nezahal, no! Arch 2, geez, we lost a lot of our good ones there. Alright. So we have Cast Out to fight over Teferi if they play it. Or Gideon's Intervention. Big brain. Can't play Nexus of Fate if you play Gideon's Intervention. I think they have double counterspell. Alright, let's Spring to Mind. Draw 2. No point in doing anything except playing this. So we don't even have like good lands to hit right now. I can negate back, but I don't really want to. The fact that they're willing to negate there shows that they know we need the Hour Promises to win, which means they're probably fairly experienced in the matchup. Our opponent seems to just be hitting mono land drops. I am tempted to play this land, but I think we're going to probably Ipnu Rivulet kill them. So I'm going to just play a bunch of threats so the Ipnus can get to that point. And then they have to respect Sun the entire time. So I'm going to use this as bait because they countered it last time. We're going to set up for a Sun plus double negate turn. That's fine. The best part of all this is if they Teferi, we have the cast out for the Teferi. Well, now I have this cast out for the Azcanta, and we need the Azcanta to be off the board. Because if they flip Azcanta, they're going to always hit counterspells. Alright, so they didn't fall for that bait. White, this. Approach of the second sun. Do you have Torrential Gearhulk? Is that you're out? Because I have double negate, so you need to have Gearhulk plus negate. Oh, that's not even good enough. Yikes, I just have negate, friend. Night. Esper Control. Still good when you like go bigger than them and force them on the back foot the whole time. Having to counter those Hour Promises, I mean, they had to, right? I think they probably had like almost no creature removal left. So if I resolve the Hour, I'm up on mana, which means I get to do that kind of turn quicker. They also probably noticed we milled the Arch. So they think we're going to get ahead on Arch by a lot. It kind of sucks for them, but that's what happens. I've played that matchup way more than anyone should have. Good game. I like that name. Alright, so we're a land away from this hand being great, so we're just going to keep. We've got 2 ramp spells, 2 rafts, sun, 2 lands. So it's just like draw a land, and we're in it. And when we played 27 lands, it's like, alright. We also have like a good number of 2-drops we could draw. No, Teferi. Oh, we're playing against Fog? Oh, we're playing against the mono blue deck. Had it. I'm going to actually gift a Paradise here because we want to draw a land, right? So if we play this, it pulls a land out of our deck. While playing this, doesn't. That's my hot tip. Psy Maverick Thopterist. Ooh, Inspiring Sanctuary. That is one of their best cards. Ugh. Blue, blue. White, white, white. We still look like the, whatever it's called deck. I'm going to actually put this on bottom, I think. I put this on, or from the top, they can't turbo out stuff. Like, this card's very good in their deck. It's only bad they Walking Ballista, but I guess we should just draw a card. Because we're so close to sunning. The old Sun plus Gift of Paradise is pretty sweet. If you haven't played the Nexus of Fate deck, sorry, the Nexus of Fog, I like that a little bit. Nexus of Fate at End Eternal a lot thanks to Teferi. And then it's like, oh, it wasn't really the end, it was just the beginning. Yeah, that's fine. They can play a Paradoxical Outcome here, they can play a Karn here. They can do a lot of really sweet stuff. Alright, let's just draw a card first and see where we're at. Alright, well, we'll Spring to Mind. Grab this Plains. Play this. Play this. Grab this Forest. I guess I should grab the island. Doesn't really matter. I already used this. We already played a land. Ooh, the old Commit Memory, huh? They could have done that in response to Spring to Mind, then my Teferi would be shuffled in my deck. Why would they not do that then? Huh. Why would you wait? You'd want me to have Teferi in my hand for some reason. You'd probably have Metallic Rebuke to counter on the way down, but I have too much mana for that now. Yeah, that's Psy Maverick Thopterist. Been here, done this. Excuse me. I have double approach, so I'm going to slam approaches. This is just what happens with this deck. Sometimes you like have a game plan and you're like, oh, I drew an approach. Well, the game plan's out the window. Even if he counters this one, right? Like, let's say they rebuke it because we don't have the mana. Then we're just fine. Have the other one. Are they going to Memory on their turn? I'm trying to adjust myself in my seat, but it's not working. Paradoxical Outcome. Alright, alright. So they have a lot of cards that can kind of go off. Seeing how, like, if we had answered this, we'd be kind of in a good spot. But the Teferi is also quite good, so it's not like we did something terrible. We've kind of made sure we hit our land drops. We've made sure that we're playing on curve. Also, when we Fumigate, it might be good enough to be bait. Although they tap low enough, I'm just going to play Approach again. Mox Amber, okay. Yeah, I can actually Fumigate plus Hold Up Settle, which is pretty funny. They tap 2, I'm just going to play Sun. They can hold up Psy activation. If they hold up Psy activation, so that... Okay. I say they hold up Psy, we're going to Get a little god. Oh, they are holding it up. No, not anymore. Commit memory. Huh. Alright. That was interesting. This game just got a lot more fun. I'm like very excited now. Oh man. Wow, this game is gonna be. I'm just gonna draw Sun. It's gonna be a non-game. It's gonna feel sad. Whoa, it didn't happen. Alright, so I just want to resolve this Fumigate. Fumigate. Commit memory, huh? Alright. Alright, you're gonna have to kill me. I have 2 deserts, so I need to grab 1 more. Let's grab Scavenger Grounds and Arch. This is a pretty common grab if you're interested in playing this deck. They're just 2 of your like most powerful utility lands, and once you have like your mana set up, it's like, well, I might as well grab the thing that hoses graveyard decks. Might as well grab the thing that draws me cards, and we don't do anything. I'm curious to see how hard they're gonna pop off here on the Storm, because there is a little pressure on them, right? Like, obviously the Suns are somewhere in my deck. They don't know when, so they like have to kill us in a timely way. Let's see what they scried. Put a card on bottom, alright. Zombies. Holding back a sigh. Glint Nest Crane, alright. You're gonna play that here, I imagine. This deck is sweet, by the way. If you haven't seen this, it looks to be the version that probably plays 1 or 2 reservoirs, but not all in on reservoir. You basically play like a mid-range game, and you can reservoir people if you need to, which is very good against fog, right? Because they can't prevent it. Ooh, paradoxical outcome. And you get to do stuff like this against mid-range decks and control decks. Obviously, we tap out a bit more than the normal control deck, but paradoxical outcome's an instant, so like, it's pretty real. Then returning the statuary kind of tells me they are looking for something, because the statuary is so good. They're going to probably replay statuary here because it's so important to their game plan. They can play statuary, tap these Stopters, and play a Karn, and minus and make a huge board. Yep. So if we draw in not an approach. An approach would be good, but a Fumigate. Oh, look, they've got the mana up for the old what's it called? Commit Memory. And Metallic Rebuke. Yeah. I'll take it. Sai, you're so good. I've been playing Sai in KCI. It's so good in KCI. Oh my gosh. And I saw Ben Stark's deck really likes Sai. Glint Nest Crane. Wow, tapping out of the blue. Really must be digging for the reservoir. There it is. Okay. So now it's kind of on us to win the game here since they found the reservoir, and they do play reservoir. This is one of the differences between this version and the version Jerry talked about on the game podcast, which if you're not listening, you probably should, along with constructed criticism. But the reservoir wins the game quite quickly. But it's a little clunky, so you can't afford to have that many. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, I didn't count right. Let's play this. They'll just block my zombies. They're not even gonna get in through damage. So cast Hour of Promise. Pull out 2 more lands from my deck. I'll take Ipnu in case they draw some more. So this is 16 cards. So they are dead in 2 turns if they don't kill us. And then if we play Search for Azcanta, this will help us find the second sun. Alright. And they can probably storm kill us, but it's not the end of the world. Inventor's Fair. Okay. That'll help them get a second reservoir. I don't believe reservoir is legendary. It is not. Yeah, you can have multiples. If they're not going for multiple reservoirs. So it's just like Storm, but gaining life. So they're going to need a paradoxical outcome to probably kill us on this turn. They should have just attack all and send these 2 back. Come on. Alright, this is interesting because if they attack like that, yeah, I was going to say we get in with our zombies, and that might make it harder for them to storm kill us. The other trick is that our... Oh, well, no. Alright, approach the second sun. Do you have a commit memory? Looks to be a commit memory. I have a lot of mana up, friend. Also, doesn't look like I have Settle, but I do because we have Gift of Paradise. Get him, trick him. How's everyone in chat doing tonight? Whoa, MTG Arena beta code. Give him, give him, give him. Paradoxical outcome. Oh man, that's hot. They're going to draw so many cards. They're probably going to hit the second commit memory, but I can't stop them. That's hot. Although, these Ipnus are getting a little spicier. They are 1 card away. Oh man. Oh man, I won. That's awesome. They couldn't counter it. Alright. Bringing in these. So I can also bring in the Authority of the Consuls. I don't know if that's good. The trick to Authority of the Council, as I take out these cards that I know are not that great, is that it makes it so Sai can't beat you, really. Like, if you get 2 authorities down, it basically saves you forever against Sai. Because they just have to cast artifacts. And Sai isn't a may, it's a must. Like, you can't miss a Scythopter. Well, you can't say no to a Scythopter, you can miss the trigger in real life. Where did we get this, Mason? This is just me and Trey's deck from the, and I guess Ellison's 2 deck from the RPTQ. But I changed 2 sideboard cards for 2 Jace's defeats, and I've swapped gifts numbers. So that's all that's different, I think. Yeah, it's pretty fun. The sideboard, I think, needs a naturalize, though. I think we need a little something, but cast out, I think, is good. I want to have some number of settles. And I do want to have some number of fumigates, because fumigates do reset the board so well. I need gifts. I need these. Nezahal's good. I guess I have all these counter spells. I don't know if it's actually that good against that deck. We're going to try not doing the authorities. I think that's too cute. Although you can do that against the token decks. Like, you can bring in your authorities and make that your game plan. Now, the token decks aren't really a deck anymore, but that was a thing. Alright, we're 2 lands, 2 ramp spells, 3 ramp spells. We're keeping. This is just like the last hand, except we're on the play. I mean, on the draw, not the play. I'm a little crab over here. Snapping it off. Put one card on the bottom. Tilts. The cycler when we don't have the white land. It's alright. It's coming. Crab emoji. We need a crab, what are they called? No! Alright. We'll move to discard. And we will discard... If I discard this, we're Stone Cold to Reservoir. I have so many ramp spells. I'll just discard one of these ramp spells. I'll discard the one that's best to ramp. I want to play my Gifts of Paradise more than my Spring Mines because I don't want to pull lands on my deck because I want to draw lands. That's how you make it a land. You snap your fingers. Whoa, I haven't seen Treasure Map. Have I just not paid attention? The versions I played never played Treasure Map. This seems insane. Why was I not playing this? Scry 3, make a Black Lotus and a land. Improvise with treasures. Am I right? Alright, had it. Never didn't. Alright, let's see if they're bullies. Please do not bully me. Do not counter my Gift of Paradise. I missed a land drop. That's right, you scry. We should probably be paying attention to where we're scrying. Put a card on bottom, put a card on bottom. Never lucky. Never lucky, rubber ducky. Ornithopter. Lost many a modern game that started like this. Signal Pest. Attack for 2. Why? Oh, they have Paradoxical Outcome. I'm dumb. I'm like, why are they playing these? Yeah, I need to play these first. Play this. Let them Paradoxical Outcome. And they're going to return... They put a card on top? Okay. So they have a card they want on top. And we obviously need the Hour Promise to resolve here, but... Okay. Are they just gonna, like... Oh, they don't have the thingy yet. That's right. Their Paradox Outcome doesn't have Improvise. So they... Oh, but they can take a Treasured Outcome and draw 4. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think these two decks are the two weird decks that have a chance against Fog. I think Flame of Keld with Insult to Injury is the other deck I want to check. Like, Insult to Injury is just so good against Fog, and it's, like, not bad in other matchups. You, like, can play it, and it's like the third version of Keld, basically, all the time. And then the back half is, like kill your elf, take 2 in the, like, the green matchups and stuff like that, where, like, kill your Scrap Heap Scrounger, take 2. It can, like, help swing races, so I'm excited to try that out next. This deck's obviously way more fun than Mono Red Flame of Keld, but, you know, that's life. Alright, so we're going to go green, this, put this here. Alright, we didn't get countered that time. Hooray! It's like when you're playing, I don't know if anyone in chat ever played Halo 3, but the old Party Skull, when you like headshot a grunt and went, hooray! That's what I always think whenever like my spells don't get countered, and I expect them to, or I'm afraid they might. Alright, so we're going to play Sun and have a Sun proc going here. They don't have Statuary yet. It's the 4th Zalfaren's Void that really gets you. Alright, they put a bomb bottom, play Glintless Crane. I feel like they're so likely to hit. Oh, there it is. Alright, so we need to get rid of that with the cast out. 1, 2, 3, what's these? 4. So if we draw one more land, we can play land Fumigate, see what they do, and then cast out if it resolves. Because we need Statuary gone more than anything. And so it like breaks the deck. So they have blue up currently. Oh, they could just outcome in response, and that'd be quite bad. So if I go 3, 5... So I can Fumigate and then Spring to Mind. That's probably better. I Fumigate Spring to Mind, then I play Sun, and then I can leave up like Sun plus Mind for multiple turns. And if they don't have Paradoxical Outcome here, this is really good. Come on, no outcome. Alright, looks like we're getting countered or outcomed. I could cycle this, but I think we're just going to cast out that thing. Oh, we can't, that's right. I guess maybe I should have. Whatever. Too late now. Forgot I couldn't do both. Lol, they forgot they didn't have a treasure. Renegade map. If we draw another, are they gonna use size ability? Sack these, draw a card? Or like sack these, draw a card? Alright. Scavenger Grounds, but I have Springs to Mind in my graveyard. I'm so sad right now. Don't do this. Don't do this. Why do they hate me? What's going on my Facebook? What's happening? I'm getting messages. People are talking. People are saying hi. How you doing? Paradoxical Outcome is really good. When you pick up zeros, they're good. The old Karn for free. 11-11, alright. Our son won't beat that. This is pretty intense, chat. Okay, take a good amount of damage. They have 1 mana up. They definitely have a counter spell. We basically can't win if we don't cycle into a Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't. I can cycle into a Wrath here. Huh. Alright, we're dead. The Karn token will kill us. Is this what I want? Do I just want to buy a lot of time? How much time do I really buy, though? Not much if they draw Karn. Not happy about that. Alright, we're resubmitting. Run it back. Yeah, Azcanta plus Hour Promise is normally a keep in my book. My mana is good enough that I don't actually have to play the Scattered Groves. I can play this, into that, into probably Cycle. Like, we need 5 for this, but we're probably going to hit lands. It could come back to bite us, but I think it's pretty unlikely. They put a card on top of their library. Okay. This, Azcanta. They didn't play anything, huh? No. The old Ornithopter, huh? Alright. It's another one I can cycle. Oh yeah, I'll put that one in the graveyard. We have enough lands. Alright, I'll play this. We have Counterspell plus Cycle. If they go Statuary, we have them. And we do kind of need the counter to resolve. I will counter Statuary over Outcome for sure. Yeah. I was just saying this. Do you have Metallic Rebuke? Because you have the mana for it. Alright, let's cycle this. Work towards flipping this. Ooh, that's a desert. I get to grab one less desert. Ooh. Let's put that in the graveyard. We don't actually need ramp right now. Ooh. If we hit one of the statuaries, it's over. Alright, that's good to know. Good to know. So we don't have to actually grab any. Wow, they let the statuary get countered? Wow. That was good. They need to Scavenger Grounds so I don't flip this, but... That's a Sai, alright. I'm gonna Binding this Sai. But we're not gonna always shield now that we're like about to flip it. Yeah, put it in the graveyard. Yes, transform. Play this land. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can play Gift plus Binding. Choose this land. Alright. We have Azcanta and you don't. Hope you don't draw Outcome and draw 2. And chain off. Is this just Reservoir after I kick the Binding? Oh, it's Outcome. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Sai would have made the board scary. I'm going to activate this and just try and hit something that matters. Approach to the second sun matters. Okie dokie, artichokes. I've got this approach. So they're having to hold them. Well, the first approach just needs to happen. Okay. Reasonable. All right, we're 2-0. 2-0. Pretty fly for a Bant Sun guy. Bant Sun sweet. We need to play against Fog. That's what I care about. What is this? Whoa. Okay. Oliver Hart. That name sounds familiar. Chat, why should I know the name Oliver Hart? Is it because they're a mono red player? I'm going to play this. Make it look like we're Fog. They'll make this Settle the Wreckage even better. They do have nice mountain choice, though. I want to play Ipnu. Yeah. I'm going to take on Crop Crasher so that if they like hold back some for the what's it called? Settle the Wreckage turn here. They held back some guys. They won't be completely free. Alright, double white. Now I can play a green if I need to. If we draw Our Promise, we're going to play Our Promise. So I should probably explain that more. We want to slam Sun ASAP to gain life and like make them have to beat us quickly. And we don't want on-crop on board because it'll stop the zombies from blocking. Alright, they now are in a hard spot because they know I have Settle. I could also have a seal away. Hi, Oliver. Your mountains are sick. Your shocks are sick. Is this attack going to be sick? I love it. Cowards can't block warriors. That deck can play Banefire to beat Fog. Hazoret, huh? Alright, that's good. Maybe I should have grabbed an island? I guess I was supposed to grab an island because now I can't do this. That was a weird attack. If you just hold up Hazoret, I'm like in trouble. Makes sense we have another Hazoret. By not using, so that was a problem with not using Settle there, is I got greedy with my settles, and now we could get hit. Okay. I mean, I gotta play this, because we gotta cast Sun. We basically have to settle any threat they attack us with. Alright, well, we have double Sun, which is the best you can have. Skullcrack. Alright. So, I got a plan for you, mono red, or red black. It's called All These, and since you're playing Shocks, and it seems like you're probably just splashing Scrounger and Duress. I don't need your love. That'll be all you want. Kind of messed up, but the Fumigates actually aren't even that good against that deck. I know it's weird, but it's just kind of true. Alright, this is what we were used to be doing, I think. I feel like we cut a Sun. Trey always cut a Sun, and I hated it. But I'll try it. 2 Sealaways, Azcanta. They didn't see Fumigate, did they? They just saw this. So maybe Fumigate's just not very good against them, though. That's the problem. Especially if they bring in birds and stuff. I need like 1 seal away. You need a way to pull ahead. I think he used to cut an hour or two, which I do not like. Well, this is awkward. This hand's a keep. If I draw a plains, my hand's insane. But it's got ram spells plus it's got a chance to like high roll out of this. And if not, getting these on a turn will be fine. Alright, so we want to draw like a plains next turn. So we can play this and then proceed to ramp. Oh, yeah. Invalidate some cards that have attacks. Alright, well, we're just going to die. That's fine. If we can live to get to these suns, we'll win. That's so many triggers. Fog a turn, essentially, here. So we're going to play Our Promise on the next turn. I lied. Well, they can hold priority and get all these cards in their hand. So we want to play Our Promise still. This is going to get blockers out and fix our mana. All right, we need blue. So farm and Scatter Grove. There we go. So now if we draw another land, we can play Authority plus Approach. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to go Fumigate Authority. Because if we go Fumigate Authority, we'll then have so much extra life that we should probably be able to win. Now the Unlicensed here, we're at 6. Chain Whirler. Alright, that's a problem. It means these things will die. But it also means they can't sack all the Bomat Couriers. They're going to sack some number of them, though. I think we're gonna win, despite all this. Alright. So I'm gonna block the ones that have the smallest amount of cards. This is 4, I go to 4. I kinda wanna actually just block this and go to 5 to make sure I don't die to land double oh, they only have well they could play land shock. Well no, they have to pop one, that's right. So I'll take 1 more damage. No, but then my Fumigate's worse. That's right. I don't want my Fumigate to be worse. I want my Fumigate to be as good as possible. So I want to save as much life as possible. Alright, that's good. Fumigate. I mean, you sack and get as many cards as you can, yeah. This will probably gain us enough life to not lose. The 7 life from Approach will be good. So I can play Hour of Promise. I can play Approach and go to 17. I don't think they can stop us if we do this. They have to go Duress, but if they go Duress, we gain a lot of life and have Hour of Promise. They can't even attack right now if they're Hazoret. No. Alright. On to game number 4. We haven't played against Fog once. It is funny that we're battling all the decks that are supposed to beat the Fog deck, right? Like, you know, well, the Esper deck beats up on the decks that beat Fog, but one second. There you go. Alright, I'm back. Full attention, chat. I would never leave you fully. Best. And in here, and I will never ever be the same. For the way that you move, man. Is anyone in chat actually just saw what happened in that last game where we just got like basically massacred but still won? No one? Alright. Forever alone, chat. Cross my heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. Our opponent has a sweet picture. Well, I'm confident in the deck. I'm not that confident. 2 lands, Azcanta, Gift, Binding, Seal Away, but I can't cast Azcanta yet. But any land lets us cast Gift, and then we can play Azcanta, plus have Seal Away on the next turn. I'm going to keep. If they're the Fog deck, this is pretty good. If they're an aggro deck, it's not the best, but at least we have like the potential to get somewhere with it. You actually like playing 3 Sun? Nice. I actually didn't notice that comment until just now. I'm sorry. Bottom. The biggest problem I think with this deck is that there's some of the cards that beat Nexus beat us, and people are out to get that. Alright, so now we can cycle into our land drop and into turn. I want to leave up Seal Away, though, if they play something like a Bomat. This is going to play Harder Kieran. Okay, okay. I'll draw a tap land now and feel bad. Alright, don't feel that bad. Land, yes. So just like before, we're going to play the Gift of Paradise because we want to actually draw lands. And see, Spring to Mind takes away lands from our deck. I think I'm binding this Harder Kieran. Might not be the worst. Harder Kieran's pretty strong. I think I'm binding Whirly Boy over here. I'm binding Heart, though. I have Seal Away for this. Let's see what we draw. I can just play these. So I've played this. I then unlock multiple spells. I could just Seal Away here plus Azcanta. It's a little aggressive, but it does answer the board and gets our search going. And you really want search to be going as much as possible, I think. Like, most of the time when I play a search deck, I kind of just want to get it in play. Because I feel like once Azcanta like starts ticking, you can really take over games. So I'm going to actually bend this because we need lands. Let's go grab a Plains is what we need. We have this. And wow, our Seal Away actually hitting this Goblin seems to have mattered a lot, which is kind of awesome. Is this going to be a Glorybringer? A little glory to the Father. There are all my Taylor Swift tokens. I was wondering where they were this weekend. All right, let's just yield to this. Always yes. Oh, oops. I don't not want to always yes. This one always yield. Always yes is going to be like, always mill. Oh, and I would never want to mill this. This card's insane. Hour Promise, are you kidding me? Alright, so we have one desert, so we need to grab two. I'm going to take the colorless desert because they have Scrap Heap Scrounger most likely. And then I want one more desert. I can take Ipnu. Ipnu gives us another blue that isn't tied to the Sanctum, which is nice. Maybe we do some mill shenanigans with ourselves, so we'll pass back. And we have City's Blessing now, too, so we have Arch plus Spring to Mind plus Azcanta here soon. Ooh, Unlicensed. Alright, that makes sense for a card that could be in their hand. Just going to braid the other zombie. They might have another Unlicensed, so they're not going to abrade here. Just, they want to bolt us more. This is the problem with Standard right now, right? Like, what do you do? Like, you can play this deck and play these cards and be good against green. But then the Fog deck's so good against green, it's hard to play the green deck. And all of these cards are not good against the Fog deck. They're, like, actively bad. Yeah, I'm going to put that in the graveyard because it works towards flipping this into a land, which would be better than any land that we can have there. We have 5 cards in our graveyard currently. I don't see a reason to Spring to Mind when we can not Azcanta, Arch. Because if we Spring to Mind, it's going to take our Azcanta one more turn to flip. Glorybringer. Okay. The Glorybringer is quite annoying. I'm just going to Arch and then plan to binding it. Alright. Settle would flip the Azcanta, but if I binding the Glorybringer, how are they going to kill us? Put that in our graveyard. We don't want that. Play this. We do need to get rid of the graveyard because this will get close to killing us. Like, it's at 5 right now, but it could come into play. We're basically going to mill anything that isn't approach here. I think they probably have another Heart of Kieran in hand. But I can't really afford to take 4. I took 4 last turn in order to make sure the Glorybringers are bad draws. I was hoping to not have to answer Heart of Kieran for a little bit. What's our opponent going to play? Alright, bin that. Transform this. Seal away. Alright, I'm going to activate. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm very close to dead currently. Play that. Choose our basics. Settle the Wreckage, huh? Alright, I'll take that. It is much safer than whatever it's called. Seal away. Seal away can't hit hearts, so. Alright, we're going to, on this turn. I don't want to take 2. Ugh. Alright, I'm just going to get to the graveyard so we have a chance. It's whatever. We don't really need the Spring to Mind to win. Alright, let's use this again, see if we hit a Teferi. Or Approach. Approach. That was, by the way, the gas pile. All of these white. Is our opponent conceding? Yeah, okay. Alright, let's sideboard. So they're red-black with Unlicensed and Heart of Kieran, so they're kind of bigger. But I kind of like Regal Caracal. I feel like they're going to go kind of lower to hit us. I don't know how low they're going to go, so I don't know if we need Authority or not. I'm going to cut 1 Approach, because Approach is a little bit of a liability in this matchup, in my experience. Because they're going to bring in Duress. And they're also going to bring in Chandra and stuff like that, so it can be awkward. Seal Away was a lot better than it normally is in that matchup, but still not very good. And I think we just want to trim this. Negate has a liability to just be dead all the time, so. Fumigate's not very good against them either. A second search might be better than the third Fumigate. Yeah, I'm going to do this. The Regal Caracals are very good against them. If you resolve it, you're quite happy, so. 3 lands, a ramp spell, and some 4-drops. If they have a fast hand, we're in trouble, but. Move on as you're out of mind. I think we're going to need to play all our lands this game, so I'm going to lead on the dual land to make sure our mana is good. We might have to end up cycling this, but I'm not sure. We'll see on our next draw. Try and picture it. Alright, so now that I know we have Approach of the Second Sun as a card we're playing to, I don't want to cycle this land. I want to make sure we're hitting our land drops every turn. Them cycling this is a good sign for us, I think. We might get Duressed here, but. Alright, we got Duressed. I'm going to cycle this. Cast out. Alright, they might take a ramp spell. Let's see what they do. It's either Hour of Promise or Approach, in my opinion. You could argue Settle, but Hour of Promise is much stronger than Approach. I think our hand's pretty good against Duress. I think you would probably take Gift of Paradise if you're trying to, like, aggro me out. Yep, there you go. So we're just going to draw a Spring to Mind real quick. Wouldn't mind drawing an Azcanta. Just guarantee we hit lands. That is awkward for the curving out purposes, but it's fine. So it won't really matter after this turn. So I want to play this land. I want to binding this. This card is annoying. And I just want to make sure that we can leave up mana on other turns. Like, we're going to be leaving up on mana on all the turns. So I might as well get this out of the way. Glorybringer here is quite good. Alright. Never F6. Alright. Hour of Promise. I need one desert. Well, they can't get back their Scrounge River because they're in the red-black color pie. So I can take Desert of the Indomitable. This is a tap desert. Oh, no. We want Shefet Dunes because if we draw the cat, that'll be very good. Oh, we already have Shefet Dunes in play. Alright, Desert Arch. Just get some zombies and hold on. Just chump. Alright, Heart of Kieran's good. We'll get to 20 real quick so that dying isn't that big a deal. We now have a lot of hits we can take. We're 6 cards from our Azcanta. Now, by not taking the Ipnu Rivulet, we are kind of making it so we have to draw into the sun, which is a problem. So maybe we should take an Ipnu for that reason. Alright, P is good. I'll probably binding this Heart of Kieran. Because if we resolve a cat, we're going to be quite happy. Oh, they're just pumping before because I can't block it, sure. They could have actually done one more damage by sacrificing this to get this through. Well, now, that was a good draw. So now that we don't have to actually draw into it, we're just going to pass. And just make sure we don't die this turn. They know we have Settle. Even if they draw a Duress. Just that. Yeah, whatever. Ourselves. Sacrifice this desert. Feels kind of bad. Spring to Mind, which was... Oh, we tapped... I didn't even think about hitting that on that. Alright. Well, that's fine. We're going to just use our Arch and draw a card. Right, draw the sun. Ooh, you and me, we got a big reputation. Easy. Oh, hey there, Virus. Or how do you say that name? Virus. We don't have the deck list command set up right now. I'm sorry, it's not working. That's on me. But here's the deck list. You can screenshot it. We are 4-0 currently. We built this. We picked this deck, I should say, to beat up on Fog because I think it's good against Red. And I think it is good against like Esper control decks. And I think it is good against the Fog deck because we play a lot like the Fog deck, except we have Approach, so we don't have to have as much go right, and we have interaction with them in the form of Cast Out Ixalan's Binding. So this is the deck. It's pretty sweet. Oh, my back. I just want to say you're on your Xbox? Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, you can always check out the VOD, and then all of the VODs of the stream go to youtube.com/constructedcriticism. So, there you go, you can have it there. Hmm. But yeah, this deck has been good so far. Are you typing like... I'd never used Twitch on an Xbox before. How do you type that out? Hands in the run. Words on the look of my tongue. That's you. I just wanna be. Wanna be. All right. What do we got? What do we have? So these are the dangerous hands with this deck, because you have no early ramp, but you have all the other cards you really want. So with the 7 ramp spells, we're probably gonna keep this. I thought about playing 8, so this isn't a problem. This is Bant Sun playing against Green Black Stompy. We are currently 4-0, Tommy. So traditionally, this was a good matchup for us. So as long as we don't die too quickly here, we're probably fine. Ooh, we're playing in Snake. All right, we just need to draw 1 land so we can have these settles. Or 1 ramp spell to just really, really be happy. Is this another snake? Oh, it's Ballista. All right. Perfect. Boom. Right, we're 1 land away. Now, we need to draw a desert, preferably. A controller. Ooh. Sorry there, friend. Oh, they can't kill our gift just yet. We need to draw a desert right here. All right. Not a desert, but still good. We're going to use our Hour of Promise. We're going to go grab deserts, though, for the next one. So hopefully they won't Bronze on this. All right, let's see here. Desert of Indomitable and an Ipnu Rivulet. All right. Oh, I've always had it. We kept the hand. Just like that, Tommy. What are you talking about? Is this a level up the Walking Ballista? It was. 7-9? We're at essentially 3 here? Ugh. Oh! We're good. So we're going to play this land. So we have 8 mana now. We can Teferi to draw a card. If we Teferi draw a card, Settle is live as a play. If I play Approach, we just lose the game. We needed to Fumigate this turn so that we could get rid of the board. Settle just isn't good enough right now, but it's fine. We're going to play Teferi. I can minus here, and they'll deal us 3, which isn't good, so we'll take up. Alright, so that's interesting. I'm going to untap this and this. That way they can't Gift of Paradise to mess up our mana too much. If I cast out this, they take 4 and we lose. Alright. So the way we're going to lose is if they level up the Ballista or play a new Ballista. A new Ballista kills us, right? Oh. Oh, wait, we cast out. They can cast out win? If they mess up, cast out can win. So that's going to make it a lethal attacker. Our hand was just not quite good enough. I believe we are dead. Because we get they shoot us with Walking Ballista. And they attack us and we die. Yeah, okay. It's close. We needed Fumigate and not Settle there. Oh well. These are like the only things I really bring in against them. Seal away, cast out, binding was what we used to do. You're normally pretty good against this, but we'll see what happens here. I'd like to get a 5-0. We can open some chests, hopefully open a Nexus of Fate. Sell it. Why does it feel so good? Hmm. Alright. What do we got here? What do we got? 3 lands, ramp spell, Azcanta, Fumigate. Alright, this is what we need. I am listening to Taylor, but you can't hear Taylor because then the copyright would hit us. I basically just can't play Magic Online at this point without music going on. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. We're going to lose one of these two. We could lose Azcanta if they have another discard spell. Alright. Well, isn't that beautiful? Just another discard spell going to take the gift from us. Yep. They could take Fumigate. I'd probably take Fumigate, to be honest. But I guess if your hand doesn't have a lot of creatures, you can just take Gift and keep me at bay. Yeah, if our deck doesn't ramp, we are not a very good deck. Alright, we're going to play this even though they didn't know that card, because I want to make sure our promises are going off. Okay. That's a good draw. Draw another land, we're really hot. The snake deck is worse when it doesn't have snakes, though. If you want to listen along, we're on Reputation track 4. Ooh. Oh, that sucks. I wanted my land in to play untapped. This is part of the problem with our deck, I will say. So if we try and seal away, they're going to get us. So I'd much rather just wait, play a Teferi, and take up. Oh, multiple Teferis? Alright. In the words of Jonathan Rossum, the king of fair magic, Teferi. What are they going to do? Vraska's Contempt or Teferi. Alright. They know we have Seal Away still, so they won't attack with the elf. I have another Teferi, so there's no point in doing this, right? We'll just take 3 more. Play Teferi. Tick up. Alright, well. If I seal this away, just they go land, Gear Hulk, Blossoming Defense for the snake, we're in trouble. But that's like the only way we're in trouble. Because I have Fumigate. Oh, it's Vivian Reed. That's a problem. We're going to have to tuck the Vivian Reed. I guess if I sealed away the elf, they had to play around the other one. But then, yeah, if they had drawn, but they had played that, we would have lost the fairy, right? So, very awkward spot for us. And like now I have to do this, which the Vivian Reed does answer. Like, what's happening? So I have land. I can, if I minus my Teferi on the Vivian. So Vivian kills Seal Away is the problem, right? I have double Fumigate, though. Vivian drawing cards is the problem, too, though. But then they can play land, kill our Teferi. So I have to Fumigate now. So I basically have to Fumigate this elf. Because they can go... I mean, they put everything on elf, though. And if I have a Seal Away, they're in trouble. So we're just going to tick up and work towards winning, I think. Love it. That was a good draw. Now we're cooking with fire. We have 3 deserts already, so Arch. And let's take a Shefet Dunes in case we draw whatever it's called. The cat. It's awkward that the... Oh, they're not even going for the snake. Interesting. They're trying to work towards ultimate. Respect. Play Walking Ballista for 3. That makes it so I can't minus my Teferi for value. So if I'm going to do this, I might as well. Because they're going to shoot the Teferi, because the Teferi is so close to embleming. So we should just tick up first. Teferi emblem will beat that emblem, I promise. So play this. Fumigate now. Hi, Ruthie. How you doing? Sorry, I was a little focused. It's on me. Oh, I should have untapped this. It's fine. So they played this. We have to minus our Teferi now, though, unless we draw a cast out type card. They don't have... Huh. They're playing this very funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can do this plus Fumigate. I mean, the creatures become indestructible. So I do have to be careful about that, but... Put this. Now I just have to hope they don't draw a Walking Ballista, and we basically win. Yeah, you play a big Gear Hulk. Agreed on the Gear Hulk. Play Sun first, Mason. Calm down. And we're not gonna... Oh, oops. We don't have to do one. There we go. Play this. Take this up. Tick up. So now I can play this. Untap this. Untap this. So we're going to Ipnu Rivulet ourselves at end of turn. Mill 4. And then we'll mill the card with Azcanta, draw, Sun, win. Yeah, okay. See, we didn't even need the Teferi. Not the Teferi, the cats that time, but we have them still. Yeah, they have so many ways to like blow up our stuff. That's enchantment based. It's just so awkward. That one seal away though, keeping that snake at bay. Keeping our Teferi alive. Alright, we just need to win this one. Easy 5-0. First trophy for the trophy mages. Bant Sun, baby. What a deck. 2 lands, Azcanta, double hour, ramp spell binding. I'm going to keep. It's a little greedy. We just need a land, though, and we have Azcanta to hit. So we have 4 looks. Elf starts good. Alright, so we have the land. They're going to go Prontodon. Alright. I wonder if they're Ancillary Azcanta. We don't have a Wrath yet, which is not good. So we need to draw a Fumigate soon. Ooh, Duress. That's going to take our Spring to Mind. That's actually really big. They don't take Spring to Mind. That's crazy talk. They've shown that they know to take our ramp before. Like, Spring to Mind is so good here. Yeah, okay. They're leaving up Elf. Okay. Oh, they're going to play now. All right. Ooh, they're going to pop Azcanta now. I like the aggression. So they don't know this card. So we'd have to draw. There's something we can draw that makes me want to reveal the planes. Because even if we draw Settle, we wouldn't be able to use it on the next turn. So we should just not give them any more information. Alright, we have the Fumigate. I don't want to Ixalan's Binding. I do just want to draw a land and slam Hour. And I just want to Hour a couple times and get to the sun. We just have to hit a land. So they're going to play some sort of walking ballista main phase. Oh, they're pumping it. Sure. So they're going to do that next turn too. It sucks. We maybe should have done this. Although them doing that does like sort of buy time. I mean, I don't love doing that, but we're just going to die if we don't. And now if we draw a land, it looks like we're going to be playing the Fumigate and just clearing the board up. Alright, well, if we don't draw a land, we can't win. This is why taking the Spring to Mind is so good. Like, if you take the sun, it doesn't matter. That's not good. They're going to take our Fumigate, and now they can play around Settle. We lose. Well, that's not true. We're not dead yet. If we draw land, and they don't have, like, they just have another land in hand, we can get our promise. We might be able to win this, but their hand has to be just lands. Because we're going to 2. Alright. That was step 1. You couldn't even have casted Fumigate. That's funny. Alright. We need to grab 2 deserts. I'm going to grab a Shefet Dunes. And then I'm going to grab Hashep Oasis, I guess. So we can block this, go to 1, play Sun, gain life, right? Oh, they didn't attack! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they didn't attack. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is a steal. They just didn't think about it. They didn't want to lose their... Wow, they're trying to... Wow. Easy 5-0, baby. Clip it for me, please. Never lost, never any fear. Bant Sun, too good for you. Give me that belt, boys. We got the first trophy for the trophy mages. Boom! Bant Sun's great. Never lost. Alright. You know what that means, Twitch chat. you know what that means. We have to open up some treasure, let's say some treasure chests here. Let's move this so I don't have all these stupid tokens in my line of sight. Leave the deck up here on screen. We're going to open until we open less value than a treasure chest. A treasure chest is currently 250, but I'm going to value it at 2 ticks because that's what it would be normally, except for the Nexus of Fate garbage. Lotus Petal. I wonder what Lotus Petal is. Let's see here. To be fair, though, I don't think our opponent was going to win that game. Like, if they attack, we block Elf, block Snake, and then on the next turn we play Sun. We go to 9, and then they can only attack with Snake, and we still probably win. So it's not like their punt completely lost in the game, but it put us in a position where we couldn't lose, basically. Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal on Magic Online is 10 tickets. I'm sorry, the one we have is 9 tickets. So, well, that's good enough for another chest. Let's see what we got. We have Queen Marchesa. Now, she's a exclusive to Treasure Chest card, so she might be worth something. Let's double check real quick. Queen Marchesa is 0.78 ticks. You know what? We're going to do one more because I love you, chat. It was the first Trophy Mage trophy. Let's see what we got here. 40 play points. That's $4. That's more than a chest. Let's keep going. Mirran Crusader. That's probably not worth too much, but you never know. Whoa. Mirran Crusader is... Oh, hang on. Which version do we have? We have this little version. It says... The version we have is 2 tickets. Well, that's good enough for a chest. Alright, keep going, Twitch chat. There's no way this thing's worth anything, right? Roar of Reclamation. Whatever. Alright. Regardless, this is the deck we 5-0'd with. It's pretty good. We still think we need to switch our sideboard up. We didn't play against Fog, but I think this was kind of telling that, like, people are trying to beat Fog. We ran into all the decks that tried to beat Fog. The stuff that should beat Fog should beat us for the most part. You know, Lost Legacy, for example, is a card that can beat Nexus of Fate. Insult to Injury is a card that's pretty good against us. Doubling the damage cuts our, the time in half, right? We have the sweepers, though, and I think the sweepers are really important. And I think in the head-to-head against Fog, we're favored. I'm really liking Banson. I'm probably going to play another league here. Maybe not tonight because it's a little late. I had to actually get started early because I was tired. Glad we got started, though. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. We got the 5-0. If you are watching this stream and you're like, well, I want to see the past streams before, you can check it out at Constructed Criticism at youtube.com. That's CCMTG at youtube.com. You can watch the Constructed Criticism podcast, which is probably how you've seen this. You can also see limited time only, common knowledge, and much, much more there, along with every VOD of every Trophy Mage stream, which is Sunday through Thursday. Gosh, it's so confusing for me for some reason. I think it's because, like, the beginning of the week is Monday and you go forward. So I'm like, oh yeah, the beginning of the week would be, like, the first time would be a Thursday. But it's not how it works. It's Sunday through Thursday. It's a little awkward right now. Patty has got an awesome new job, so that's great for Patty. But he's going to be streaming at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which I believe is 12 p.m. Pacific. 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So his streams are going to be that way on Tuesdays, Wednesdays. So you might need to catch the VODs for those if you're at work, but you can check them out there. And then Spencer streams just like I do normally at 10 p.m. EST on this channel. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all next time where we can rack up another trophy with the old Bant Son. Deuces.